says execution after birth. It's execution, no longer abortion, because the baby is born is okay. And that's not okay with me, hence the vote. But what I did is something for 52 years. They've been trying to get Roe v. Wade into the states. And through the...
Man, they done changed the rule. It says a premium account on Twitter is now required to create live broadcasts on a platform. Twitter will be all right. We'll just do it on Facebook and YouTube. I ain't got time to be paying Twitter. For real.
Just share the link.
Premium account.
I do. I could do it next time.
Yeah, we can do it next time. I'll remove it for this time. Ain't nobody trying to remember 4017. No way.
And for the first time, you're going to see, look, this is an issue that's torn our country apart.
All right, here we go.
52 years. Every legal scholar, every Democrat, every Republican, liberal, conservative, they all wanted this issue to be brought back to the states with.
Good evening, Panther fans. Welcome to a 2024 season edition of the Four-Man Rush. I'm your main man, Country Kev. Ride with me tonight. We're rolling cover 3. Got the OG, the one that started it all with us. We got Big Smooth on the line. He's at work. He only got a little bit of time, so we're going to let him do his thing before he had to dip back out. Also, we got JD on the line, a.k.a. Panthers Den. So the three of us tonight, we're just going to chop it up real quick, talk about what took place down in New Orleans and where we go from here. It's already been talked about at length, but we're going to put our little spin on it. So, Big Smooth, you ain't got but a few minutes, but go ahead, man. Tell us your opinions on what took place and where we go from here.
First and foremost, I think my biggest takeaway from week 1 is just a lack of preparation. A lot of us had questions as to why our starters didn't get reps in the preseason, and Canales' standpoint is that's just something that he don't do. But when you look at the result, and we're not the only ones that took that path of not playing our starters. The Jets didn't do it either. You see what happened to them on Monday night with an extra day of preparation at that. But I don't see how you can be a brand new coach with a brand new staff, a bunch of new players, a brand new scheme, and just choose not to get starters reps in the preseason. I mean, pretty much all of our mistakes were due to guys not being used to playing next to each other at full speed, etc. When you see 3 defenders fall to the ground at the same time, that's because they're not in the right lanes. It's because they're not used to playing that game speed with each other. And that doesn't do anything for Bryce either, because I'm sure Bryce needs those reps. He's got new weapons he's throwing to. Secondly, even being down 10-0, I have a question with the play calling, because at the end of the day, you're down 10-0, but you spent $120 million on guards, maulers. You got a left tackle that's supposed to be the franchise who's really just good at mauling. Being down 10-0, I would have been pounding the football with Chuba Hubbard. Even if I got to punt the ball, that's taking time off the clock. That's getting guys in rhythm. That didn't just make any sense to me why you would abandon the run so early in the game. And the score shows what it is. That's just short and sweet. We were not prepared. We did not do anything to be prepared. And you didn't stick to the game plan that you promised us. You went and got these big guards, and you said you were going to be stingy and commit to running the football. We didn't do that at all. You try to make Bryce Young look like Tom Brady. It's just not there. I think we put a lot of pressure on him just for being a number 1 overall pick, but it's okay if you got to ease him into the game. Run the football some more, open up the play action, limit the times that you have to put the game in his hands, because clearly he's not ready yet. And that's really just my takeaway from it.
JD?
I think the thing that gets me the most, and I know Smooth was going to resonate with this, we end up on the goal line, even though the game's out of reach, we end up on the goal line and we pass the ball or we line up and pass plays 4 straight times. And it's like people will say Bryce Young has these $100 million guards or whatever, and he does. Like, we spend money on the interior O-line, but when it comes time to run the ball, you just decide not to. Like, I don't understand. We haven't done a great job of making the game easy for Bryce. If you look at all the other rookie quarterbacks who succeeded, it's because they were put in positions where they have answers for everything. And it's just they slow the game down for him. And we've just failed to do that. The number one way you do that is you move guys off the ball and you run the doggone rock. That's what you do. That puts you in better down and distance. You don't have to pass the ball and end up in third and longs or whatever what have you. Even when like Smooth Smith said, like people will say we were down like 27 points or whatever by the end of the first quarter. You don't have to stop running the ball. It's 3 more quarters of football. Right. Well, what are we doing? And we just decide to, okay, we got to try to get back in the game now. It's like, well, now you've given them like, 17 more unanswered points. It's like, what are we doing?
I think it's some ego that go along with that, with Canales being I've told you guys for years, offensive coordinators, pure offensive coordinators, they come with an ego that can be detrimental to the football team. Dick LeBeau told us that years ago. If you look at the grades, it wasn't the strength of our team, the interior on both sides of the ball this past week. Wasn't that the strength of the team? But what did he tell you in training camp? The strength of the team is the receiver room. I didn't see that. The strength of the team really was in the trenches. It's really in the trenches. You spent $100 million on linemen, and you're not playing to their strengths. That's the egotistical offensive coordinator that's leading this football team, which might end up being a problem for us in the long run.
So let me ask you this, JD, since you got the stats, what was the ratio of passes to run? I think I see 31 pass attempts. How many rush attempts we had? Okay, so 31 passes, 20 runs. Smooth, if you like me, I think I'd rather see that flip. I like to see 31 rushing and 20 passing, wouldn't you?
At least early in the game, first quarter. I didn't see Chuba touch the ball more than 2-3 times in that first quarter. I mean, you gotta have when you got this type of offensive line, you gotta look at the characteristics of your running backs. Yeah, you got Miles Sanders some carries, but Chuba benefits most from this offensive line. He's a no nonsense north and south runner. He's gonna move the chains. Give him the ball twice. You're looking at a much more favorable third down situation than what we've seen most of the game. So it's not so much about the number of times that we ran. It was just situational football. There were times where I just felt like we should have committed to running the football, and we absolutely did not. Just like what JD said, you're in the red zone. You got these big guys up front. Austin Corbett's the smallest guy on the line, and he's not small by any means. But you throw the ball 3-4 times in a row, it just don't make sense to me. I think it comes back down to just being the egotistical play caller, which Canales is naturally going to be. That's an OC, and it's not benefiting us. It's not benefiting us at all. And you can't play like that when your defense can't hold nobody either. Defense can't even get off the field. So that's what we end up having.
Well, since we brought up the O-line, a lot was made, as we've been discussing, we spent $100 million on guards. And let's talk about the two positions that you guys touched on here. When you mentioned Corbett, and you had mentioned a left tackle that's known for mauling. What do you think of the play of Moton, Ickey, and Corbett?
For me, knowing what Iggy is, I can't rag on him too much about this game. I think that he played a fairly solid game. He had a few bad reps, but it's growth from last year. I mean, y'all know how I feel about him already. I've already been done with him, so it is at this point we're just going through the process. I don't know if he's the long-term answer for us, but end of the day, I still want to play to his strengths, and I think he would for what it's worth. He did play all right. Corbett played all right at center to me. I didn't see him make some of those same mistakes that he was making in training camp. So obviously he was ready to play. I heard someone on Twitter say that Moton is like he's not as nasty and physical as the other guys in that line, but when has he ever been? I think he's always excelled at just being fundamentally sound and being in the right place and putting his head in the right place where you're trying to lay down the block. He's just a fundamental guy. He's never going to be that guy that's just driving guys off the ball for 4 or 5 yards. It's not him. So Moton was Moton to me. Always just been serviceable. Above average right tackle in the NFL. That's it.
Yeah, with Moton, he does more like a lot of position blocking, trying to get himself between him and the ball carrier in the run game. Pretty solid, pass protector. He had a couple of, he'll have about 2, maybe 3 bad pass blocking games, but overall, Moton is Moton. I mean, Sunday was his 100 consecutive start at right tackle, so he's playing the long ball. The best ability is availability. But JD, give me a rundown on the skill positions. Because Jatavian Sanders, our 4th-round draft pick, he got the start due to the injuries to Trimble and Ian Thomas, Deontay Johnson, who we got in the trade from the Steelers. Give me your assessment of how the skill position players look beyond the stats. As far as like how they ran routes, how they, were doing their thing. What was your assessment of that?
You can tell for me, haven't played a lot together. And like the top 4 receivers like Thielen, Deontay, and all those guys. It's just timing things that need to get solved. I see Xavier Legette actually push the field a couple times and almost get himself in position to catch a touchdown a couple of times. Where it's like without that vertical threat, even though he doesn't get a ton of separation, it really matters, honestly.
Hey, JD, I don't mean to cut you off. I don't know if you just did something different, but you're sounding real robotic right now all of a sudden. I don't know, something just changed in the last 30 seconds. Oh, okay.
Hold on,
now
let
you sound normal.
Let me hold on.
Now you sound clear.
To my...
Okay.
There's no reason to go. And the people that do go, she's busing them in and paying them to be there. And then showing them in a different light. So she can't talk about that. People don't leave my rallies. We have the biggest rallies, the most incredible rallies in the history of politics. That's because people want to take their country back. Our country is being lost. We're a failing nation. And it happened.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I had to switch off my hotspot to my 5G. Y'all got it. Look, I'm working on the setup. It's a new setup, y'all. Let's chill out for a second. I was just gonna say for Jatavian Sanders,
they're eating the dogs. The people
ready.
That came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating.
We kind of put them in that not Hampton Homes. Cage Luke, you chill over there in the comments, brother. I'm chill out.
And it's a shame. Rallies are concerned,
but I think we've placed him in a situation to where he has to be ready, and I don't think that's fair, especially with the injuries and the lack of the difference makers that we drafted immediately. But I just think, I think honestly and truly, I think Jordan Matthews is the best tight end on the roster right now.
Okay.
And he should be getting those snaps. Felipe Franks looked good too, so I don't know what they're gonna do. But Jatavian Sanders has potential, back-breaking penalty, but he's a young player. So
they released Franks, right?
Did they really?
Yeah, because we signed the outside linebacker.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah. So.
He'll be back on practice squad. He ain't going nowhere because he had a good game.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that penalty was wrong question. I think he said in his post game, what was his NFL moment? And he said when Chase Young just ran straight through his face. He said that's when he realized he was in NFL. So, now your eye is more trained when it comes to routes and stuff, but just from my perspective, watching the game, I saw some, even though the points and the score obviously didn't show it, I was seeing guys open a lot more on pass plays. Like, I was like, damn, that's some separation. And then there's some guy on Twitter I started following because he had the Panthers receivers in their separation. And as a group, we was averaging on 2.5 yards. All everybody play around getting separation. We didn't see that last year, man. So. Right. So I'm thinking play design wise,
it's the concepts,
yeah, we got and the talent, obviously, definitely. So, that stood out to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say Johnson is definitely not a slouch at route running. That's his calling card, and then you get him out there, it makes life a little bit easier on Thielen because he's harder to bracket. Or if you bracket him, then you leave Johnson 1-on-1. If you bracket Johnson, you leave Thielen 1-on-1. So I just think the missing aspect is that explosive, forget you, I'm gonna do whatever I want type player. And I think Excel is that. I think he can unlock the offense to that degree. But wide receivers have gotten better. And that's not saying much from last year, but they have gotten better.
Bro, I know Jonathan Mingo had you ready to throw something with them turnovers, bro.
Because I don't know what, like I'm almost losing. I'm losing faith. I know he's like a second year or whatever, but I'm just losing faith in that man.
I mean, that first one, it was a first down. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to fight for extra.
Mm-hmm.
But, bro, go down. And the second one, he got bailed out because his foot went out of bounds before they could recover. He still had touched the ball, so that nullified it. But man, and I was like, hey, Mingo had a really great camp, and then them two places, I'm like, come on, bro, Mingo.
I don't know why our receivers get in camp and cut up, and then get in the regular season and act like
and nut up.
Right. I don't know what that is, but whatever that is, it's been that way for the last couple of years.
Do you know that crime in Venezuela
You there, JD?
and crime in countries all over
Yes, sir.
is way
Okay. I got quiet. But but just looking over these stats, man. I mean, I don't know if they just threw the film in the trash.
I would,
but because it was the first game with their schemes, I think they're going to look at how teams might try to play there based on what they saw now that we got actual film with the starters out there. Now, my biggest gaffe, and I don't know if you saw, I had posted it on the Four-Man Rush Facebook page, but it was the picture that I kept telling you guys about, that overloaded blitz look that Dennis Allen likes to run. Like, it shows a picture of Icky, and he's got four guys. He's got one inside of him in the 4-eye technique. He had another guy on the outside of him as a 5 technique. And then he had 2 DBs right off of him. You know what I'm saying? And they kept running this look. You know what I'm saying? And that's why that nickel corner, number 1, got 3 sacks. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Tell me, if you was either the head coach or the quarterback, how do you counter that? Is it just as simple as Corbett, making a line call? Hey, slide to the left. Because it seemed like there was no adjustment for it. Like, I counted at least 9 times that they ran this exact same look, primarily to Icky's side whenever there wasn't a tight end. Whenever Icky was the end man at the line of scrimmage, that's where you saw it at. So,
yep.
So, because we know other teams are going to deploy this until we show we can stop it. So, if you're quarterback or offense coordinator, head coach, how can we counter that? Because that was a headache for me.
Okay. This is one of the things that just made me like completely lose hope for a minute. From the quarterback's perspective, I think what's going on with Bryce is he's calling the play exactly how it is giving it to him. Like, he's getting a base call or whatever in his headset. He goes to the line and he executes that play call to his best of his ability. Does not slow down. Either he can't slow down because they get the play call in late and you don't get to the line with enough time to do the adjustments, or he just goes and tries to execute that. We have not equipped him with take stock of the line. Honestly, truly, most of the time when you're dealing with the box, it's a numbers game. And if you have more people to this side, obviously you would slide your protection to that side, which would leave the man blocking on the backside. So if you have 5 guys, you slide the line to the left. That means from center to the left tackle, we're gonna fan out, and then the backside right guard, right tackle are in man blocking. So hopefully they don't disguise that blitz, and then they're coming off the right side. If you load up on the left side, I'm gonna assume you coming from the left. That's how I look at it. So number one, slide the line like you mentioned. Number two, don't move your running back to the opposite side of the formation. And I don't know if they did that as like a quick release type deal, but I would rather have my running back in protection in that scenario, especially if we're going to overload one side. We got tight end on the opposite side. At least have a body over there somewhere, and then find another release. And then the other thing that really disturbed me as far as concepts go, another reason why we got so much separation is because they're stacking the box. So that means somebody is going to be open. And we just didn't have the facilities as far as pass pickup, pass block, pass rush pickup and all that good stuff, or blitz pickup, which is what I'm trying to say. We didn't have the repertoire and blitz pickup to capitalize on that. That's all that is to me. So find another hot route or something you can check down to. Why are we all running 15 yards down the field when we've got 2 defensive backs mugging the line? Like, what are we doing? So you got 3 solutions. 1, slide the line like we mentioned. 2, let's not put both tight end and running back on the opposite side of formation where they're heavy at. And 3, find a way to get it to the check down. So whatever side, either you can another thing with coverage, especially if it's defensive backs that's mugging the line of scrimmage. It's free game for y'all. If they're mugging the line of scrimmage over there, there's nothing on the other side. You can assume they're coming. And if you're operating under the assumption that they're coming, then whatever is behind them on that side is going to be open. So instead of running heavy as far as offense goes to the opposite side of where their strength is, run heavy to the side of where their strength is. You can either, if they're coming, great, you have people over there. You can even block and release your running back, and now he's open in the flat. Or if they don't come, you still have the protection over there for whatever's coming on the backside. Because most of the time, if they showing on this side and they don't come, something's coming around the back. Something's coming. Like that's how I see it. So they got options. They just don't have that built up in their repertoire, and a part of that is because they haven't been playing in live action outside of the joint practice with the Jets and then that one drive.
Right. Now, educate us real quick. Whenever, because you brought up a good point here about how you counter that. Because what I'm thinking here is show that same formation, but have your adjustments put in or whatever. So if you was a wide receiver, what type of hot route you think would burn a defense for that type of look, that type of blitz package? Because me as a lineman guy, I'm thinking something like a slant.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Maybe a quick out. Something quick, something, and that ball, coming out of there in 2 seconds or less.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, is there anything else beside a slant, or is slant pretty much the blitz killer? So the slant behind where the blitz is coming from.
Beloved, quick slant. Okay. Quick slant. You can do a quick slant. You can do a drag route. Those are my top 2. Because they're full speed routes. Like there's not a hard break in them. You can run them full speed.
Right.
That will put you in a position to flash over the middle of the field where there'll be nobody, especially if they're blitzing. And then that gives you catch and run potential too.
Right.
So quick slant, drag. That's what we've been missing, honestly, is the quick releases underneath, especially against blitz. Like screens are great. Yes, people use screens to beat blitzes and all that, but those are really, really can be really tough to time, especially if people are already in your lap. You need you need quick slants and drags.
Okay.
That's what I would go for.
She gave up at least 12 and probably 14 or 15 different policies. Right.
JD, I know you see the comments. Mr. Cage Luke said JD got that Hampton Homes internet.
I'm weak. I'm weak. You know what? I can't lie. I kind of do that. That's why I had to switch my little modem right quick.
That killed people, that burned down Minneapolis. She went out and raised money to get them out of jail. She did things that nobody would ever think of. Now
but
this ain't no AT&T commercial for sure. It just ain't. It just ain't.
Yeah, but we talked about offense, bro. Is there anything we could really say about the defense? I mean,
Lord,
like this should be a quick, brief conversation because I mean, what was it? 9-10 straight possessions they scored before they finally punted. Like,
yeah.
Like what are we doing?
Like
the first punt came under 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Lord, Jesus fix it. It ain't really much to say. Because we want to say, like, Twitter wants to say that it's because we couldn't get us extend drives on offense, which is partly true, but they ain't stopped them from the start.
Why Taysom Hill was running out there like he was Mike Allstott? Bruh, I'm sitting there like, why are we letting him run us like he was truck sticking and drag? I'm like,
yeah.
I know, excuse my language. I know this little motherfucker ain't running us over.
This
ain't Kamara.
I was about to say this a quarterback, bro. Every time we play Taysom Hill, I get it hurts me because he like gash us, and I'm like, he's a literal quarterback. And y'all can hit him. Like you literally can hit Taysom Hill. Like you can light that man up. He a quarterback.
Quarterback / tight end / fullback / he
/ kick return. I'm like, gee, the white Joe Webb.
Right. But yeah, man. I mean, I saw pressure, but like I said, we're still not getting them sacks. The only sack came from Leota, and that was barely a sack. It was for a sack of loss of 1 yard. So
yeah.
But again, the Saints, you know, they didn't throw the ball but 20 times, so they ran it. So it really wasn't ample opportunity. And of course, when you up 17-0 by the end of the first quarter, it really, you know, switches to favored offense and just continue to run the ball.
See, look, this is what happens when you know who you are on offense. You know what I'm saying?
Like, your identity.
The Saints don't even have like a superstar type talent on offense outside of Kamara, right?
Right.
That is like, not only is Kamara a difference maker, like no slight at him, but like even if Kamara wasn't out there, they would still have that identity. Like we are gonna move you off the line, and we're gonna run the rock, and that's gonna put us in position to hit you over the top with play action.
Oh, dang! You right to my next point because I know you done change your profile pic to discuss it, man. Please put it out there for our fans that for those that want to hang, you know, JC Horn by the yard arm because this whole thing with the coverage and he got blown off the ball, he got smoked. Like I saw it as it happened. And I'm like, once I saw the line, I'm like, okay, that looked like cover 3 pre-snap, and then, bro, but full of left him out to dry, bro. You know,
whole way.
Yeah, give me your take on that play, man, so we can finally, you know, bring clarity to what happened on that first touchdown pass to Rashid, whatever his name was.
First things first, a post is always a good bet against cover 3 because if you can get up on that your deep third corner and beat him across the field, then it's going to take a really, really, really good free safety to break up that play. Essentially, it's going to be one-on-one. That's just what it is. It's one of those. It's one of those Achilles heels of coverages. Every coverage has a strength and weakness. Defending post, skinny post versus cover 3 with a really, really fast receiver is tough to do. But what can't happen, and JC is gonna get some of it. Like, first of all, Rashid ate up all your cushion. You have a deep third, so there's no reason to sit, especially if you feel him pressing vertical. Turn around with that man. But Fuller jumps a dig from the deep third. Now, people don't understand. I think this is where the common misconception is. Yes, the field is split into thirds, but unlike your corner, the safety is not responsible for the middle of the field from the line of scrimmage up to about 15 yards. That's not his zone. His zone is way in the back. His zone is deep. It's literally a deep third. Corners are technically like they can they're responsible for like typically you'll have a flat defender in the cover 3, but they're responsible for that, like that long portion of the field. Even then, they're supposed to err towards covering deep. If you have a deep zone, you're supposed to err towards covering. Essentially, you're playing safety, even if you're a corner, because you're supposed to bail deep. Anytime you feel like there's a threat to your zone, that's why comebacks are good against cover 3, because your corner is going to opt to stay on top of that receiver and protect the deep throw. And Fuller is the only person in that deep, in that cover 3 shell that abandoned his zone trying to jump the dig. And I know he heard it in the coaching point. I know he knew about it when he did his interview, because he said it was his fault. And I do want to say in his defense, like, even if he did continue to gain depth, if you go back in, if y'all want to see it, I don't know if y'all want to see it because we done beat it like a dead horse. But if you go back and see it, immediately after the snap, we're talking about Jordan Fuller, is in the middle of the hashes gaining depth, which is exactly where he's supposed to be. And then he decides to jump that dig. So I don't know if David Carr looked him off and pulled him towards that dig. If he did, good job, quarterback. If he didn't, then he was just trying to make a play, and that's not the rules of cover 3. What he should have done, first of all, JC, don't get that cushion ate up that easy. Turn around with Shaheed, transition and go. But what Fuller should have done is gain depth. And as soon as he felt Shaheed pushing vertical, he is now a threat to your zone too. Get your tail back. Anything vertical stand for a safety in cover 3. Look, if you for the young folk out there, if you're a free safety and you play in cover 3 and you feel somebody in any portion of the field stemming 10 yards, beyond 10 yards, assume they're a threat to your zone. Get your tail back. Come up and make the tackle if it's going somewhere else. That's your job. That's it.
For 3.5 years.
Yeah, man, I was just like, because you're right about the cushion though. Because when I go back, I'm like, yo, he got him too much of a head start for him to be flat-footed before he started trying to keep up. Like, I don't know if the scout report didn't, but I checked out his speed. Dude got some nasty wheels on him, man. Like, I know he may not be known, but he can scoop.
He a speedster, man. He a kick returner, all that good stuff. I think I want to say this too. I think
I thought Olave was gonna eat us up, man, but it wasn't even him.
Nah, it wasn't even him. I don't know where Olave was. I forgot. Was he playing? I done forgot he was on.
He played. I'm catching about 2 passes.
Nah, Shaheed said that's all him. Shout out Shaheed. I got him on my fantasy, but we ain't talking about that right now. I was gonna say, I think it hurts our cornerbacks that we don't have somebody with that type of speed on offense. Or with or that they actually practice against. All the ones that we have are not that guy. So learning when and how to transition with guys like that is important because the window of error is small. Like if you transition too late, you gone. And we saw that on Sunday.
Where a person in an election doesn't have standing, the president of the United States doesn't have standing. If you look at
Hey man, I'm just glad all this behind us, and we can look forward to what happened. I'll end up the defensive part by just saying that get well, Derek Brown.
Oh
You're
man,
gonna be greatly missed. Oh God, you're gonna be missed. I mean, I know they say next man up, but bro, it's levels to this game, bro, especially in the trenches. And so as I thought about it, I was like, well, damn, last year it happened to the Falcons with Grady. Jared, I guess it's our
yeah,
turn this year.
yeah, it was time to pay the piper, man.
Man, like have we suffered already enough?
Literally, we can't get 24 hours, bro. Like we can't even get 24 hours of grieving the loss, and then we had to get hit with that losing our best player.
And he played the whole game. I think he played out of 66 snaps, he played 60. So
yeah,
well, that's like what 95%, 90-something percent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's. I don't know if that's what you want to do, or
next time we play them, somebody got to go at Trevor Penning, bro, because I low key think he did it. I low key suspect.
Wouldn't surprise me, bro.
Yeah, he one of them ones. He kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And then quickly touch special teams. I mean, partially blocked punt.
Yeah.
I don't know who number 34 is for the Panthers, but bruh, you touch the guy and let him go, and he the one that blocked punt. Put some power behind that hit before you get ready to release, man. You pretty much gave dude a free run. I can't. 34. That's not Boone, is it? The one we just.
I don't think so. I thought they just called him up again.
Yeah, I know they did, but whoever number 34 was on the punt team, that's the one that allowed the dude to get through, end up blocking the punt. And when you look at the effort he did, it's like, we can't be coaching this. So, like I said, this is gonna be for me as a fan. I'm really curious to see what today's Tuesday, so practice full go tomorrow. I'm just really curious to see how they're going to adjust and work on everything here. So I'm definitely expecting to see a much better, much improved team. I know the Los Angeles Chargers coming to town with Jim Harbaugh. I think did they? Do you know if they won? Did they beat the Raiders?
I think so. Let me go pull them up.
I know it was a low score game.
Yeah, they beat the Raiders. They beat them by 12.
12? Okay. At one point,
yeah, it
I
was
saw
22 to 10.
Okay, it was like 7-9 or something like that. So, and from my understanding, Justin Herbert played because they say he had a Liz Frank injury during training camp, and they didn't know if he would be ready for the start of the season. But apparently, he played.
Yeah, he played. Looks like he did all right. They didn't have him do too much. 144 yards, 1 touchdown. I'm worried about their run game. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. Especially without Derek Brown. Well, we got Ashawn Robinson, but still. Thank God for Ashawn Robinson, because it would be spooky season right now if we didn't have that man.
I think this is where he shows why he was such a value commodity. I think his time. Shy Tuttle, I don't know. Man, I saw Shy with some skates on, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, just getting moved up out of there with them double teams, bro. I saw. I shouldn't be seeing the side of your jersey, man, on a run play.
Mm-hmm.
If nothing else, drop down and just clog up the hole, bro. Like that, man.
Do something.
Well, that's about all I got. JD, you got any anything you want to final say? Wrap up here.
I think Canals offenses are one of those ones where they have to build. They build up to the success. They start slow. Stockpile all the looks they've been getting. Find out counters for them. So this is us taking our medicine early. I don't think the offense really truly starts to show what it is until about week 4 or 5, maybe 6. Post bye, we'll know for sure. But been a rough start, man. Hopefully they bounce back. It seems like Canales came out with some fire in his press conference though that Monday after. Extremely focused, wasn't smiling a bunch, wasn't singing Kumbaya. So that gave me a little hope, but we'll see, man. We got trust issues at this point. It's trauma.
Right. Yeah, we traumatized. I hadn't seen none of the press conferences since whatever said on Sunday, so I'll probably go through and when I eat my Fruit Loops in the morning, I'll probably have that on. Hopefully,
yeah, take a look at it, bro. I like that he took responsibility though, because clearly this is on coaching and not necessarily on players.
Right, and I think I even saw Vashti heard of Carolina Blitz say, "Never again." Something I'm paraphrasing here. I think she said something about, "I never knew how much preseason meant to me now," or something to that effect.
Yeah.
So,
well, guess who playing next preseason? Bryce, you better get ready, boy. Put straight, because y'all go be getting all these reps.
Yes, sir.
I know Putin very well. He would have never, and there was no threat of it either, by the way.
I mean, that and coupled with that, the fact that Derrick Brown got hurt anyway in week 1, even though we didn't get that mileage on him, maybe that makes them rethink that process.
Right. We'll see how it goes, man. So.
She was at a sorority party of hers. She wanted to go to the sorority party. She hates Israel. If she's president, I believe that Israel will not.
Well, man, JD, this was a good one. I'm glad we back in the fold. Can me and the rest of the fans look forward to your weekly knowledge?
Yeah, man. I truth be told, I was waiting on film to drop. Normally, film drops Tuesday and Wednesday. The NFL snuck one by me, and it dropped on Monday or something like that. And I was like, what? So it got ahead of me. I was planning on doing a film thread, but totally film threads. Now that I have new equipment, I may start doing some videos. They'll be short form videos. They won't be like me rambling on for 30 minutes about how it's dumb to not move a running back over to the heavy side of the line of scrimmage, especially when you don't have a tight end over there. But it'll be like little nuggets of here and there. This was what happened. This is what we could have done, or this was a great job doing this right here. So y'all could be on the lookout for that. Most of those are going to drop on my Twitter, but I will have them on my YouTube too. And my YouTube channel is the same handle as my Twitter channel, which is below me right now. So y'all stay tuned for that.
Yeah, definitely want to tag, what I'm saying, if you want to do it, like on here with us, like a film review type thing whenever it all comes out. I'm a film junkie too, so like you said, however you want to market this thing and present the content to our fans, I'm definitely all for it. And feel free to tag me. Even when I get back on the road in this truck soon, just give me the heads up there early. Hey, Kev, getting ready to drop the. I bet.
Look, you ain't saying nothing but a word. I remember the days we used to sit on live or sit on a little group talk in the group chat and look at film all day.
Yeah, man, and I love that. Like I said, if I had the ability to sit around all day and not depend on a disability check, I would definitely what I'm saying, like to watch film and
shots fired.
Hey,
shots fired.
Shout out to Monty Fetty out there, you know what I'm saying, on the job, grinding. Shout
Monty,
out to
you
Will Harris.
I was about to say
Shout out to
Monty,
everybody on the 4-man rush.
Monty a fool, bro.
I know Twitter's not a part of this news feed because of a technicality, but if you know, you know.
Real.
But we got time and we got smoke when needed. But I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, last thing, JD, what how you see any Panther games potentially you might want to come down for? I know this start doesn't make you feel optimistic to spend your money on a Panther ticket, but
I was originally thinking about going to the Dallas game.
Okay, I think that's in December as well, right?
Yeah, that's December. Like, wait, hold on. Where is it? December. It's after the bye. There it is. December 15th.
December 15th. Okay.
Either that game or probably Cardinals. One of those I'll probably go to.
Okay.
Much more of this historic ABC News presidential debate from the National Constitution Center right here in Philadelphia. Back in
But Demetrius Miller said, "Where did you drive today, Kev?" Now I'm actually home on some family leave time, but I'm getting ready to get back out on the road soon, so I'll definitely post me letting y'all know. But hey, JD, as always, a pleasure, man. Appreciate you jumping in on us on this Tuesday night. So,
yes, sir.
On behalf of everybody here at the 4-man rush, like I said, thanks. I want to thank Big Smooth for coming in, giving us his intake while he was at work before he had to dip off. Like I said, on behalf of Will, Monty, Norris, Carnardo, Vince. I ain't forgetting nobody. Yeah, on behalf of all of us, Norris, you know what I'm saying? So on behalf of everybody here at the 4-man rush, we'd like to thank you guys. Sorry we was coming on a little late, didn't really warn or prep you guys, but we're gonna have our stuff together next week. Hopefully we'll be breaking down a Panthers win here over the Chargers of Los Angeles. So, but we want to thank you guys for supporting the 4-man rush. We're looking forward to bringing you guys great content throughout the year. Again, you can all follow us all on Twitter here as well. I know YouTube and Facebook is catching this broadcast. Like I said, we wasn't able to add Twitter, which is usually where we get a volume of our viewers from. But for those of y'all that hung around, we want to say thank you. But everybody, hey, just one game, like Julius Pepper said. Let's see what happens from here. But keep your head up. We're gonna get through this together. We done been through this before, so we know how it goes. Again, this is your man, Country Kev, with a 4-man rush with my boy JD, aka Panthers Den. Y'all have a good evening. Take care. Keep pounding.